Hello guys, and we're back in the brewery for another brew day and grain to glass video for you guys. So what is it I'm brewing this time? I am brewing a triple fruited Gose. So for those that are unfamiliar with this style, a Gose is a German wheat beer style that is made with traditionally salt and coriander, or indeed traditionally was brewed with brackish water from a specific river in Germany. And in the case of the triple fruited Gose, it's just a fruited version of that particular style of beer. So yeah, it's one I've been wanting to try for a while, and yeah, I've got some brew day footage for you guys, so let's roll that. We're back. Here she be. So we've got a really lovely orange, golden coloured beer. This beer actually ended up coming under the ABV that I planned to brew the beer at, which was a little over 4%, and ended up coming in at 3.5%. Now, traditionally, like the Berliner Weiss, the Gose is supposed to be a low ABV style of beer, so I'm not so upset about the 3.5% ABV. That said, the fruit puree that I added, which was peach, mango and passion fruit, totaling 2.5 kilos, would in itself have added some ABV to the beer. So what am I getting on the nose? I'm getting like pure tropical fruit. Delving a bit deeper, it's you're getting the mango, you're getting the peach. So you get really overripe mango. The peach is there too. It's quite citrusy. I think the lactic acid, which I assume is what Philly Sour kind of produces as a byproduct, is does add a little bit of that citrusy kind of vibe to it. I probably noticed that from generally sour beers. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the aroma. Exactly what I was looking for. A really fruity beer on the nose. Pleased with the appearance, and you know that there was some head. Give it a swirl. It's coming back. I think that the head retention's brilliant, but I'm not too sure whether you tend to get that on sour beers as much. So having used the fully sour yeast, this is the first time I've used it. I'm really impressed overall with how it has soured the beer. It has done a good job of souring beer. I didn't add any simple sugars to the beer other than the fruit, and I added the fruit about 4 or 5 days in, so that's kind of roughly a midpoint, which Lallemand generally recommended, to just hit that happy spot between adding ABV and adding more sourness. So for anyone that's not familiar, I think adding some simple sugars to the recipe helps to boost the sourness or the souring effect, and also adding the fruit earlier into fermentation can also add more of the souring effect. But I'm really pleased generally with how the sour level came out. So it's got a decent little, more than a little tang actually. So I'm pleased with that. So on the nose, really fruity, tropical, smelling beautiful. Tuck in. Yeah, so immediately you get the fruit up front, which kind of teases you because you think, oh, that's quite fruity, and then the sourness kicks in, and that just kind of coats your tongue. It finishes quite dry. It came in at 1006, so it is pretty dry beer. It's maybe a little bit thin, but I think that adds just to the overall refreshment of this particular beer style, which is intended to be low ABV, very crushable, very thirst quenching, and I think I achieved that all round. A perfect summer pour. This very, very pleased indeed. The reality is I'm actually recording this a little later than when I brewed the beer, which was actually the summer months. We're now into the autumn, and I think this is probably just the last few glasses that are left in the keg. So it's taken me a while to get around to this beer review. I'm not sure I could say that necessarily the malt is coming through in a significant way. It's not really intended to be, the malt's not intended to be the character here. It's indeed the fruit and the sourness. But most importantly, defining the style is also the saltiness. And I decided when I did the brew to just rein back the amount of salt that I added. I believe I added 16 grams to a 23 litre batch, and on reflection I think I could have gone a bit more. I was hesitant to add too much in fear of ruining the beer. Someone said to me recently that a good rule of thumb is 1 gram per litre to your fermentation, or the volume that goes into fermentation, so effectively your batch size. So in my particular case, 23 litres, I would use 23 grams. And I think I agree with that. I think that would give a level of saltiness that is noticeable but not overpowering. I think I didn't add enough, so it is there. It doesn't detract from the beer, but I think I would have perhaps liked it to just be a little bit saltier, so it was more prominent as an aspect of the structure of the beer. But I think it actually enhances the beer. I think it lifts everything up in terms of flavour. So you do notice it's there, but it's not. You don't sip it and immediately go, "Ah, that's salty." You just go, "It's fruity and sour." You keep drinking it, then you start to notice a little bit of something different. So I'm super pleased with this. Came out exactly how I intended it to come out. A real perfect summer sipper for the garden. So check out the recipe if you fancy brewing this. It would be great for spring and summer. I'll add a link to the description below. And if you've enjoyed the video, guys, then hit the like and subscribe buttons and leave a comment. Cheers, guys, and take it easy.